The chair recognizes Mr. Leach for a memorial recognition.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, none of us prepare to respond to situations and tragedies like this. None of us can prepare or ever hope to have to make remarks in this chamber in response to these tragedies, but here we are today. I wanted to take this opportunity to respond to the horrific and tragic events that occurred in my hometown of Allen, Texas this weekend. Members, when I left here from the chamber at about 3 o'clock on Saturday afternoon as we were finishing our business and boarded my flight home to Allen, I began receiving reports that there was an active shooter situation at the Allen Premium Outlets, about a mile from where I live in the city that I'm proud to represent, with Representative Plesa and Representative Noble in Allen, Texas. And by the time that I landed, 35 minutes later, it was confirmed that at that time, the lives of 6 Texans, 6 of my constituents, were lost. Now that number is at 9. There's still at least a few in critical condition in hospitals in Collin County. So I don't want to belabor the point this morning. Really, as I thought about what I would want to say here, there's really not a whole lot to say. We don't know much right now. I will tell you that law enforcement, I was on the scene. As I landed and got in my truck, I drove right to the scene and was blown away. Not surprised, but blown away at the heroic response. Saw it firsthand with my own eyes, the heroic response of our men and women in law enforcement. Over 18 law enforcement agencies, federal, state, and local, responded to this tragedy. They're still investigating. There's still a lot we don't know. And I want to allow time before responding, as we so often do in these situations, responding with talking points or reactions, political statements. There will be time for debates and deliberations and responses. But we want to, of course, and I will never apologize, nor should any of us apologize, for praying for our fellow Texans who are hurt, who right now in some cases are fighting for their very lives, who have in some cases lost everything, have had their lives upended. I'm not going to apologize or shy away from praying for and asking God to comfort them and to do what only our great God can do, and that's to supernaturally show up in our deepest times of hurt. I hope you'll join me. I know this body well enough to know that you will. So there's a lot we don't know, but one thing that I do know, and I'm in my 6th term now. I won't belabor the point. I'm in my 6th term in this house. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be doing this. It's been the blessing of my life to get to serve in this body with each of you and to stand here and to fight for my values and to advocate for my constituents. And for as long as I serve here in the Texas House, that's what I'm going to continue to do. But increasingly, I'm finding freedom in saying what I think. And so I'm going to say something this morning. There's a lot we don't know. But one thing I do know is that this is happening way too much. And it doesn't have to be this way. I don't have the answers. I don't have a bill in front of you. I'm not sure there are any bills in front of us this morning, this session, that could have prevented this. I don't know. But I do know that it doesn't have to be this way. And I also know that if there is any deliberative body anywhere in the world that can discuss and deliberate on these issues thoughtfully, all of the potential solutions that we discuss, if there's any deliberative body anywhere in the world that can do it, it's this house. I believe that with all my heart, and I hope that despite our disagreements, and we'll have them, and we welcome them, that we will respond boldly, swiftly, smartly, and that we will do everything that we possibly can to address this head on. I'm so grateful for our law enforcement. I'm grateful for our state leaders. Governor Abbott's leadership has been incredible, showing up in our community last night. Our speaker, in committing the full resources of this House and state government. And members, I would ask that you can commit to praying with me for the victims and their families. I do know of one little boy. I don't know a whole lot about the victims right now, but I do know of one little boy. His name is William. William's in kindergarten, might be in first grade. He's young. And he's still in the hospital in critical condition as of the last I heard. And whenever he wakes up, of course, we're prayerful that he recovers. And if and when he does, he's going to find out that his mom and dad and his little sister are gone. So, members, I believe in a great God who meets us at the point of our need, who grants us wisdom when we ask for it. And I know that this body will ask for wisdom and will respond courageously. And Mr. Speaker, I would request that on behalf of the victims in my community in Allen, who I love serving, that we would observe a moment of silence in the Texas House.
Members, please rise for a moment of silence. Thank you, members.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Moody, for what purpose?
Mr. Speaker, I move that the remarks of Mr. Leach during his recognition are reduced to writing and placed in the House Journal.
Members, you heard the remarks. Member, you heard the motions. Objecting, chair, who's none, so ordered. Mr. Guerin moves the House stands recessed until 12:15 today. Is objecting, chair, who's none. The House stands recessed.